So here's my stepmom. Her name is Jill, and I'll be doing a speech about her cancer journey today. So before my stepmom's cancer was getting worse, I noticed that her left arm was swollen, she was losing hair, and she was getting more sick. This all happened back in 2012. I was 14 years old at my dad's house when this happened. So before continuing on the story, I want to talk about my relationship with her, with you guys. So what my relationship was is that we had a strong, amazing, and really close bond. She was like a mother to me and was always there for me when I needed help. So I'll be first discussing to you guys about my stepmom going to the hospital, continued by visiting her in the hospital, and unfortunately it ended with her passing away. The whole story began at the Rio Grande Community Hospital, and it was her last visit. She was in so much pain, meaning she wasn't able to sleep properly, like she can't really move around when she sleeps, and she had troubles with her breathing mask. She was vomiting a lot, and her arms and body would swell up on chemotherapy. And speaking of chemotherapy, it fights out the breast cancer cells. It destroys everything like good or bad cells, and it could decrease the chance of having cancer cells that would appear in your body again. When she was still facing treatments at the hospital, she couldn't go home, so we ended up visiting her at the hospital. During our visits, my family and I would ask questions about her pain and for her to describe her treatments. And she would basically describe her treatments as a very hard and really stressful journey because she had to go through a lot of surgeries and everything. And some of the procedures can go wrong, so they would have to refix it, and it can be kind of a pain. And she just talks about how hard it was to do all these treatments. And then after she was describing her treatments towards us and her sadness, she wanted to think of something really positive. She wanted to say how lucky she was to have us in her life, and she was really proud of us and what we did. Like we would talk about our accomplishments with like school, sports, and the life skills that we learned. And after the visit at the hospital, we had a phone call from the hospital saying that she didn't make it. And when we received that call, I was at my dad's house when this happened. My dad was the first one to receive the phone call. And my dad got a phone call from the doctor saying, oh, well, she didn't make it, and she passed away, and she's not gonna be able to return home. And it was very sad and really tough. So my dad, he felt lost and upset, so he would come to me and tell me about this, and I ended up being sad the rest of the day, and it took me a while to recover by the end of the week. So when I went through this process, it has taught me to learn to move on from this pain and think of the positive things that could happen to me in the future. Well, according to the National Institute in 2019, there has been a total of 268,000 cases on women who have breast cancer and an estimate of 41,760 deaths. And after she passes away, we did a celebration of her life to honor her and to think of all the positive things she did for us, like all the life lessons she taught us. And we'll use that to help us guide through the future. Thank you.